In today's video, we've got some more parts for the F30. Thank you, huge thank you to my sponsor USR Auto for sending these. If you guys can't already tell by the thumbnail and the title, I've got some smoked sequential turn signals for the mirrors on the F30. Now if you guys haven't seen this or you don't know what I'm talking about, you're about to find out. But again, I just want to thank USR Auto for sending these because it's going to elevate the F30, make it look just that much better. Before we unbox anything, this is what the mirrors look like currently. So right now I'm just rocking the gloss black M style mirror caps with the OEM turn signals, which are obviously clear so you can see right into them. And that goes for both sides, so you can tell it's the same setup obviously on both sides. And we're about to change the whole look of these mirrors. If we go and open up the box that they sent us, we should have two smoked, oh, so hard to do with one hand always. We should have here two smoked F30 sequential turn signals. They're plug and play, so all the clips are the same as the OEM, except here, instead of it being clear, you can tell it's black, and you really can't even tell that there's a light. That's how dark it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get these installed, and I think it will just look so much better, especially with the sequential. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see here very soon. I think the plan of action here is gonna be to tackle the driver's side mirror first, get that one installed, and then I'm gonna show you a comparison between the driver's side and the passenger side, which will still have the OEM side marker on there. And you guys can tell the difference and be the judge of whether or not it looks cool. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get ready to install this one. I've got all my tools here, some gloves that I probably won't need, but better come prepared than not. I've had a lot of you guys yelling at me in the comments for not wearing safety glasses, gloves, mask, all that stuff. So trying to up my safety game. Pick tool, not sure if we're gonna need it, but always helpful just in case. And then I also grabbed a couple trim tools. This one's a little bit thicker, a little bit more sturdy, and we'll be using this to basically pry the mirror off. And then I just grabbed a little bit of a wider spread one. It's pretty thin and flimsy, so we'll see if we need to use this. Outside of that, I've got a microfiber, and we're gonna need a Torx 10 bit or a T10. It's gonna be one of these guys here. And then obviously I've just got a socket wrench in there to attach this up. So that is everything you're gonna need for this job. Now moving on to the driver's side mirror, what you wanna go ahead and do is obviously make sure you're on the driver's side. This would be the passenger side. So flip it back to driver. And what we wanna do is raise the mirror up all the way as high as it can go. And that's gonna give us just a little bit more leverage underneath there trying to pull the glass out. Now before I go ahead and start touching anything, fun story for you guys. When I put these M-style mirror caps on, I did it in the dead of winter, and that mirror is actually still OEM. But this one, because I did it in the middle of winter and I didn't really have a very good trim tool, I actually cracked this glass trying to pull it out. This was almost a year ago, actually more than a year ago. And I had to get a new replacement piece of glass to cover it. So this isn't the OEM BMW one, but I mean, it fits, it looks OEM, everything acts and works the same. So just a heads up guys, be very, very, very careful when you're taking this mirror out. I'll show you how to do it in a sec, but just please be careful. Not to scare you, but if you do end up breaking a mirror from BMW, it's about $350 last time I checked, so I'm sure it's gone up. But what I'm saying is just be so careful with this, guys. I don't want you guys to like follow my video and then DM me saying, oh, I cracked my mirror, all this stuff. So just please take your time and be very gentle with it. Grab your trim tool, and again, you wanna get one that's fairly sturdy, not too flimsy, but also if you can find one that is more widespread and has a bigger surface area, that's only gonna be helpful. So don't grab one that's really thin because you're basically putting pinpoint pressure on the glass, which is gonna break it. So what you wanna do is make sure, again, you have the mirror tilted all the way up, so that way the bottom is sticking out almost. And you're basically just gonna wanna very carefully work the trim tool underneath here and even use your finger to kind of put even pressure along it and try and break this free from the clips. And there we go. Now you can hear the clips have started to release. So you just want to continue to work your way around very carefully and get the rest of the clips to come off. Okay, and now you've got the mirror off just like so, and we didn't break it, so A+ for that. And you can actually just go ahead and kind of let it dangle right there. Pro tip, thank you to Keys Motorsports. Brian had this great idea. While you're just dangling the mirror here, just put a microfiber kind of around it like so. That way you're not scratching the paint just in case it does ding it. But next what we want to do is actually take the back side of this mirror cap off. And if you look very closely in here, you'll notice 3 tabs. There should be one on this side, one right here, and then one very top in the middle. And you basically just want to pinch those, put some pressure on the outside of the mirror, so that way when you pinch it, the mirror cap comes this way and actually releases itself. Okay, so now with a little bit of wiggling and kind of working it, I was able to get this side released, and this side actually popped back in. So what I'm gonna do is actually work from this side out to this side. So next I'm gonna do the top one. And the pick tool is very handy here just to work with those tabs and try and get them to release. And now that we've got all the tabs removed, you can go ahead and take the back piece off. And just to show you guys up close, this is what I'm talking about. So you have a tab here, a pinch tab here, and a pinch tab here. And what you want to do is just go ahead and basically pinch those while you're pulling pressure backwards. So that way you're actually pulling the cap out. It's actually pretty hot today for like the middle of September, so I just moved the car into the shade because your boy's sweating a little bit. So basically just got the mirror cap off, got the mirror itself off, and now what we need to do is grab the T10 Torx bit, and we're gonna take some screws out from behind the mirror. If you guys grab your Torx bit with the T10 on it, you'll see a couple of them here. So one here, one down here. It looks like there's one back there, and maybe one more up here. So you wanna go ahead and remove all of those. I think there were 4, maybe 5. I pulled off 5 screws, and if you look close, you'll notice 2 are longer and machined, or the black ones, and then, sorry, the 3 smaller ones I think are the machine screws. So just make sure you note where those go. And if you didn't, I'll help you out. The 2 longer black ones go down here, and all the other ones go in the other holes, kind of up top and on the inside of the mirror. If we come to the back side of the assembly, you'll notice everything is kind of loose now, and you should be able to kind of just take off this bottom piece here, or finagle it around enough so that way you can get this clear turn signal out. So I'm gonna put you guys down and try and remove this. Sorry guys, it looks like there's actually one more T10 right here that you're gonna wanna remove. Now you can see that that gave me just enough play where I could slide this out here, and I should be able to get it to kind of come up all the way. Maybe if I push it out like that. Yep, there we go. Now there's enough play in there, and you can see that this whole assembly is now removed. On the back side, you'll notice these cords here, the brown and the yellow wire, running to the connector or the turn signal itself. And you just kind of want to go ahead and pinch that and pull it right on out. And it should come out pretty easily, just like so. If we come here and look at the new ones, what we want to do is match the one that we need, but it does look like they are labeled. So this one has an L on it, this one has an R, so I'm assuming R meaning passenger, left meaning driver. And if we kind of hold the old one side by side, it looks like the left side is in fact driver. That does look the same. Let's go ahead and grab this left one, and you'll also notice that it comes with another connector on the back side. And again, everything is plug and play, so this should fit right into the housing. To reinstall the new smoked sequential LED, you're gonna wanna go ahead and grab the connector that you disabled, and you're gonna wanna line it up and then plug it back in, and you'll hear it kind of click into place. And then what you wanna do is get this all lined up to where it needs to be. So you'll notice a couple tabs up here. There's a little space in between them. That's basically gonna butt right into this piece on the housing. So just kind of finagle it around until you feel like it's centered into place. Just like that. So let me pull you guys off the tripod. You can see this tab that sits right over the tab on the bottom piece of the plastic here. So this fits nice and snug, and without even putting any bolts in, it's really snug in there. It's not going anywhere. And this should be ready to be reassembled, and we can go ahead and see how it looks. I just got everything put back in. Whoops. I just got everything put back in as far as this goes. I haven't put the cap back on or the glass yet, because what I want to do first before I do that is actually just check to make sure it works. That way I don't have to go through the hassle, if it isn't working, of taking the cap back off and trying to remove the glass again without breaking it. So always a good idea to just check it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car on and we'll see what happens. They are working. This is awesome, and it's sequential, so if you look real close, it's harder to see in daytime, but it actually wraps around, so it's not just a constant blink. It actually starts here and then illuminates its way over here, which gives it that sequential effect. And now here's a look at the other side, which I didn't realize how not that visible these are during the day. So you can tell it's just basically one bulb over on this side that uses a reflector to basically illuminate this whole bar. So it's all lit up at once, just on, off. Whereas this side is not only smoked, so you can't really see it when it's turned off, but it's also sequential LEDs. So there's basically an LED bar right behind this that wraps all the way around. And when you turn your turn signal on, it illuminates each bulb consecutively. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap back on the back side of the mirror, put the mirror itself back on, and get this side all buttoned up. And then I'll jump over to this side and do the same thing. Everything is put back together. We got the mirror on, the mirror cap on, and you can tell how much different that looks not being clear anymore and having the smoked look in comparison to this side, which obviously shines a lot brighter with it being clear than this side. Just standing back, I think you can really tell the difference. I mean, even here, I really like the look of the all black mirror on this side. I never realized how obvious that blinker was on this side, and it kind of makes the whole mirror look a lot, I don't know, maybe smaller in a way. I think now that it's blacked and smoked out on this side, it almost makes the mirror look bigger, just because you can't really tell where that light is anymore. But what do you guys think? Put it down in the comments. Do you like the smoked effect or the OEM style? I'm gonna go ahead and grab the gimbal and get that set up, and then get some slow-mo kind of shots of both sides here so you can tell the difference between the OEM and the new smoked one from USR, which looks sick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down and put you on the gimbal actually. Got my thumbnail, and just for the sake of time, what I'm gonna do is get the other side put on, and then I'll just show you what it looks like when both sides are on and functioning right. Install is all done, and I've got the mirrors on, and they look awesome. I actually really love just the look of the smoked housing. I was really most excited for the sequential part of it, just that staggering LED, but actually I equally love just having that all black mirror look. I think it looks so much more aggressive, but let me show you guys up close. I just think this looks so good, especially with it just being all black. So now the top's black, the bottom's black, and the LED is black. I think that looks so sharp. Just makes the whole car look a little bit more aggressive. Man, I truly love it. And then here's a look at the other side. Obviously it looks the same, but you guys get the picture. It's definitely a nice little level up. Just an elevated F30. Getting some new parts. And I think the front angle actually looks really good too, because it just exemplifies how dark those mirrors are, and man, that thing just looks so cool. Now let me go ahead and turn these on. I'll put the hazards on so you can see them both on at the same time. Here's a quick look. Pretty dope. I hope you guys pick up, or I hope the camera does a good job of picking up the sequential. It's kind of light outside still, but I wanted to show you guys what this looked like. Yes, dude. And with the bright LEDs, the corner bulbs up front, this thing is just fully decked out. I think all that I have left to upgrade is the high beam bulbs and the fog light bulbs, because those are still OEM. But man, these mirrors look so good. And just to show you that they both work, here's a quick look at the other side. Sequential. Too nice. So in fashion of buying my new gimbal and using it as much as I possibly can, like right now, I want to go ahead and get you guys some cinematics of how the F30 looks with the mirrors on. I think it looks sick, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. USR, thank you so much for just hooking up this F30, making it look so much better. I mean, the lighting on this car went from like level 0 to level 1000. It is just black and white difference. It is so much better now between the headlights, the LCI taillights, the corner bulbs up front, and now the sequentials. I'm just humbled and really enjoy working with you guys. So keep up the great products. If you guys have any questions on the install or anything, put it down in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep elevating. I'll see you next time, and peace out.